Good morning. Marmalade on the trail or on a boardwalk, which is the trail. You don't see this much on the PCT. Going along the swamp. Wearing my hood. It's a little chilly. I started earlier than normal and it's very buggy and I didn't even have time to put DEET on, so I'm getting bit all over the place, but doing my best not to scratch it. But yeah, quite a day yesterday. 22.06, so just almost 22.1 miles. I want to do around that every day as I go forward. I mean, it's not going to be possible, but some days I'm going to do bigger. So we had a great time last night. The guys that hung out, one of us, Shopper, he's having Achilles heels problem, so he stopped about 3 miles back to camp and just taking care of it, make sure he's not pushing it. But camped with Tiga and Hummingbird. Thanks, guys, very much. I know you won't probably see this, but if you do, thank you for enjoyed hiking with you for the day, getting to know you. And my boy Lookout, he may see this. He said he's gonna try to watch the ones he's in, but he's vlogging himself and he's trying to finish. The amazing thing about those three is they're one of the probably 10% of all the hikers this year that have gone literally from the start and went through the Sierras. Only about 10 to 20% went in the Sierras this year. So they went through all that. Man, the stories I heard and the pictures I saw, Sierras, I mean, truly insane. I have great respect for them. I literally couldn't do it. Some of the scary stuff they told me about, they did. Climbing straight up ice walls and waterfalls and having to ford rivers that were 15 feet deep, stuff like that. Crazy, with your pack on. All right, plan for today. It's kind of interesting. I inspected the Far Out app last night and I'm going for 24.5 miles. And I could actually go further because I started earlier than normal. I started at 5:36 instead of 6. My alarm would have gone off. I would have got up earlier, but turned out my volume was turned down, so I didn't know it. So got up at 5, I was out by 5:36. But this is the deal. I wasn't planning on, I mean, it doesn't matter. It's right on the edge of the trail. I'm gonna go to Old Station. I'm gonna go to the far end. There's two, the south and north. I'm gonna go to the farther end of it. Supposedly there's only 50 people in the town, but there's a convenience store / deli. They have food, so and they let you camp behind there free. And I've never camped behind a building on the trail, so I thought, and it's supposed to be actually nicer than you think. They have bathrooms. But for dinner, I can have a cold drink and either eat my food or buy something there that's warm or a sandwich. And I'll have 24.5 miles. On the map, on the trail, it's just shy of the subway case, like just shy. So if for some reason I got there really early, maybe I'll go check those out first. It'd be nice to go when it's hot because it's something like 42 degrees, a steady 42 degrees inside the caves. But it's gonna be, speaking about temperatures, it's gonna be really hot. It started yesterday. They have a heat wave going here. I would say it was 95 yesterday, which is brutal. We had a lot of climbing yesterday. The reason why I can do 24.5, and actually I feel still have a decent amount of day left, is it looks really cruisy. There's like almost 8 or 10 miles. It's just flat, like not even a bump. And you never know with the condition of the trail, but water's a little more sparse, so I'll have to carry a little more water. But I'm climbing a little bit right now, but out of camp was about a mile and a half climb, and then it's just literally on plateaus, little bumps here and there. I've never seen almost 25 miles. It was this cruisy. So even though it's hot, I think I can make miles. I was fine yesterday in the heat when it was flattened down. Just uphills towards the end got me. So that's it. Should be a beautiful day. It's gonna be mostly burn, I think. Burn through the whole thing. Maybe patches of green like yesterday. And supposedly somebody who's done this section said, I never know. People tell me and it's right, and sometimes it's not right, but we have to do the Hat Creek Rim tomorrow, and it's just sparse. There's no trees, so I don't think it got burned, but I hear it's green after that. So for the rest of this section up to Bernie. So okay, I'm gonna finish going up this hill. Thanks for coming along. Should be a glorious day. We'll see you down the trail. Oh yeah, I wanted to add on to my intro that it is day 13 on trail and 135 overall. It is July 15th. I don't even know what kind of day it is. It's Saturday, July 15th, Saturday, 2023. So, forgot to say that this morning.
Close your eyes, hear the voice within, calling. This heavy load got under your skin, howling. You got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feelings bottled up inside, heading for collision in the night.
Hey guys, little update. Energy chew gel thing. I've gone about 5.25 miles. It's been about not quite 2.5 hours, so I'm not going fast. Early on though, I was a little bit off and on climbing most of the way, so I'm done with all that. Also, the water's scarce out here. I stopped about 1.5, 2 miles into my hike today to put DEET on. They were attacking me, so I just stopped for that. And it's got water at lower, that I've been showing, lower Twin Lakes. I'm not stoked about it. I hate getting lake water. It looks okay, but you know, it's semi-stagnant. So I was trying to always get it from the overflow, wherever the spillway from the lake is, but it's too far away and I can't get over there. So I had to get what I get. And it's also not very cold. So the next water is 11.5 miles. So I'm carrying about 2.5 liters. It's a stream, so if I see water between them, I'm going to switch it out because it's not very cold. Also, what you guys don't know is when you're hiking a lot of miles between water sources, it's not hot yet, but when it's going to get hot, like close to 100, it just cooks your water in your bottle. So I'm not exaggerating. It's like, it's not boiling, of course, but it's actually hotter than warm. So it's pretty tough when you're very thirsty. And it is water and it is wet, but when it's hot, because it's just like cooking in the bottles and in the side of your pack, especially on the sun side. So, you want to carry less water, so you don't have to carry less water. But also on hot days, it gets really, really hot and not great. It's not fun to drink, but you have to drink it. So you're forced to drink hot water on a hot day. So that's not very fun. The spillway on my map shows it crossing the trail in a mile or two, but there's no icon for water. So I'm gonna see if there's water there. I may take the 5 or 10 minutes, switch it out to cold water. But I also, more than cold too, is that it's fresh, that it's been filtered through all the rocks and everything. Sometimes there's a lot of particles and bugs and stuff in the water when it's in a lake. So that's it. But if I have to drink it, I will for the next 11 miles. And guess what? To our turn off to Old Station, which is about 17 or 18, 19 miles, I don't know what it is. No more uphill. Almost not even a bump, a couple of baby bumps, like really little, like maybe 20 feet up, you know. Besides that, it's cruising down and it's just flat forever all the way to Old Station. So looking forward to get there a decent hour and see how the day goes.
Breathe out, hey, come alive. Breathe in, breathe out. Look at the colors, colors, colors. Right.
All right, a little update. It's about 10:20. I saw a southbounder, and thankfully I talked to her. I just said, hey, you know, I've got water. I don't even know, 4 or 5, 6 miles. But I said, everything's burnt as usual. And as I go under a tree with shade, but it's been just complete exposure, sun exposure. It's really affecting me. It's hotter than you know what. She said when I get about a mile past that boundary marker and I get a little lower, it starts to be all green and I get through the fire area. So not that there's not a little touch of fire here and there later, and exposure. Tomorrow's the Hat Rim Creek and Hat Creek Rim, and that's like 50 miles of exposure, but that's not from burn. It's just how it's always been. But it'll make my day a lot better if we can get to the shade. So hopefully, I don't know what, 2 or 3 miles from here.
You got the white knuckles holding on it tight, keeping your feels bottled up inside, heading for collision in the night. To really live, you gotta die.
Okay guys, a little update. Just took a lunch break there. It's back on the trail at 12:50, and got water there. Last water really between now and Old Station that's on the app anyway. It's mostly either downhill flat, a couple of really little bumps. I'm talking like 100 yards maybe of up. For the most part, pretty cruisy. The trail's become almost sand, so it's actually difficult in its own way. It's like deep sand, so it's just a lot of hard work, but it's hotter than Hades here right now. Holy smokes. We are going into the live trees, so I think I have some shade now. It's perfect timing. I don't know if I would have made it if it was just all those burnt trees the whole way. I just melt in the heat. I run hot, put me in the heat, I get hotter. But I have 6.7 miles. I've done, digress. I've done almost 17 miles. I have 6.7 miles, so the turnoff to go into the northern or second part of Old Station, where I want to camp, and there's a store with cold drinks and even a microwavable burrito. Sounds great right now. So that's my plan. It's about 6.7 miles to turn off, and then another mile and a half, probably mile and a half in the town, and it's parallel right next to the trail, so I'm not cheating any miles. I'm just getting out so I can get into the town. And tomorrow I can walk down the road just a little bit and get back on the trail. So right now, I have 6.7 miles to turn off. That's my main goal right now. And it's hot, close to 100. Holy smokes. All right, let's do this. All right, Pct goes that way. We're gonna take this road into North Old Station. Should connect to a paved road or gravel road pretty quick here.